Okay, yeah, I'm supposed to come up. There it goes. All right, Mr. Trump, you can tell anybody you want that you don't know me and that I'm just some idiot, but I'm not. I was a cop, and I looked a lot different when I knew you. And I was working for Citizen Commission on Human Rights, which is Church of Scientology. I'm not a Scientologist, but I worked for Church of Scientology. And there was human trafficking going on in Nassau County Medical Center. I investigated that place twice. Once I went in there with Tom Galata, and I actually caught them actually trafficking the children. Then I came back to finish the job with you, Mr. Trump. And they almost killed me in that place several times. They even laundered my money. And you know as well as I do it's the truth. And you can't handle having people know that you turned your back, not just on me, but on those children. And you don't want people to know that. So you'd rather people think I'm some kind of fool on the internet who you're ignoring, that actually knew this went on. And that was actually a cop, systems human rights, an investigator, and that you worked very closely with. But if they knew that was true, then they would know that because of a conflict of interest, such as a Jewish psychiatrist, a Jewish doctor, you sold me out. I might not look the same. I mean, you might not think I'm the same person. People might not think I'm the same, think it's the same person if they saw me on those videos, but it was me. And you did this, Donald Trump. You didn't just turn your back on me, you turned your back on the children. You turned your back on those children that will be trafficked. As the people out there that don't want to believe my story, what reason would I have to make this up? What would possess someone to make this up? Even the craziest person won't possess me to make this up. What would even possess the craziest person on earth to make up a story like this? And where would they get the content for it? Did you ever hear something the police say in the police department? You can't make these things up. You can't make. Well, this is a story that you cannot make up. They trafficked the children in Nassau County Medical Center, the young girls for sex, and they're still doing it. And they made the men fight in a cage in the backyard. And they viewed the fights on a pirate TV station. And they sold the girls to old men. Okay? What would possess anybody, even the craziest person, to make something like that up? What would possess anybody, even the craziest people? You know, you that hear this and think, oh, it's made up. That's crazy. To actually hear someone have a story like this that would, if it was made up, it would have to be carefully planned, which right there tells you that it's not made up. Because why would somebody spend all that time to make up some story like that? Why would someone possess somebody to conjure all that up in their head? It's like a woman getting raped and somebody saying, somebody going to the police department, and what if that person would say, okay, you imagined that girl got raped, or I witnessed the murder, or you imagined it. People don't imagine things like this. These type of things don't come from somebody's imagination. But the public is so fucking stupid and dense that when people try to say imagine, there's nobody that crazy. And if somebody was that crazy, they wouldn't be smart enough to make up something like that. And if they're smart, well, what will possess somebody? Even the most crazy genius, even the most crazy genius, and that's what it would take to make up a story like that. A crazed genius, not a stupid person. What will possess craziest crazed genius to make up a story like that? Because I'll tell you, if it was made up, it would have to be, it wouldn't be a stupid person that made it up. And it wouldn't look like you're trying to make me out to be. And it'd be a crazed genius. And even so, there's nobody that's that diabolical and crazy that they're going to make up a story like that. The story is true. The story is true. They were trafficking young girls and young men in Nassau County Medical Center. They're still doing it. And yeah, they staged Osama bin Laden's death. All that happened. And they trafficked these girls. And they did it, they sold them. And they made the young men fight in a cage. And yes, that's why they staged Osama bin Laden's death, to cover for these politicians that were involved. Everybody out there is going to take me seriously. Instead of taking these people seriously that are calling me all kinds of names and stuff like, my co-host Lukey, he believed in the story. He believed in the story and he believed it was true until I started to outshine him on the show. And then he tried to convince all of you that I was crazy. What would possess even the craziest crazed genius, which it would have to be, to make up a story like that? Someone calls up the police department and they say my car is stolen. Police don't question whether he's telling the truth or not. No, it's a report about his cars being stolen. They investigate. Somebody witnesses a murder on the street. Do the cops or like these politicians are doing? Do they turn around and say, well, he's got to prove that he saw that murder. Otherwise, we're not going to investigate. No, no. Serious allegations call for serious investigations. If someone came out and said that they witnessed a murder, and they went to the police department, before they wrote the guy off and said he's crazy, they would first investigate. And the guy that witnessed the murder doesn't have to come to the proof. The police have to prove it. And that's why I don't understand. I'm emailing people, I'm sending people emails, I'm getting on social media, I'm emailing people, and nobody's doing a damn thing. You don't have an. It's not me. It's not up to me to prove it. It's a serious allegation. Investigate. Lukey didn't believe for the longest time after a while about this money. And then I showed him bank statements from a real bank where they took hundreds of millions out. Wasn't good enough for the guy to believe it. He showed it to people on the internet. Oh, isn't this fake? I've been telling him people will flash him money in front of me and take it out of my bank. Now, all of a sudden, I show him bank statements of hundreds of millions of dollars, and he don't want to believe it. I'm telling you, people, that if you disregard my story and try to look at me like I'm stupid for telling it, you're the stupid ones, not me. You disregard this story, then you're the stupid ones, not me. Because serious allegations call for serious investigations. And the fact that people aren't investigating this and how serious it is tells you that it's true right there. The fact that the police, the people on email are not investigating this stuff tells you right there that it's true. Because of how serious the allegation is. The more serious the allegation is, the more serious the investigation. That's why they say serious allegations call for serious investigations. If you're talking about something serious, somebody giving you a serious allegation, you better take them seriously. There have been people that have talked about things like this, and idiots like the people that want to ignore it have thought they were crazy, and years later, the psychos that were doing this shit came out in the open. And they were, wow, that guy was right. You know how many stories like that you see on the news? How many movies you hear about? Those movies are reality. When you see a person who you think is off the wall stating something that is really, really something that's a serious issue, and you just write the guy off like he's crazy, that is stupidity. Serious allegations call for serious investigations. And the fact that the people that I emailed didn't take this serious enough to investigate tells you that it's true. It tells you that it's true. Because they're hiding something. They're hiding something. Serious allegations, folks, call for serious investigations. Serious allegations call for serious investigations. I've always said that, and it's true. Serious allegations call for serious investigations. So anybody out there that knows a reporter or somebody out there to get this show to go viral, I guarantee you, if you guys do your part and you get this show to go viral, then not only I'll prove this is happening, but you'll get justice for these kids. You'll get my money back and you'll get justice for these kids. So make this show go viral. Legend. Lukey conveniently forgets that you actually admitted that you were friends with John Hein. And that John Hein, that he knew John Hein was on the Howard Stern show. First of all, when you guys contacted us, Legend, you had John Hein there with you. And that's why the show went viral. Not viral, got popular. And he's trying to disregard that. Oh, I don't know John Hein. That's right, you don't know John Hein, Lukey. That's why you looked up John Hein on the Howard Stern show, and you were watching John Hein on the Howard Stern show, and you were laughing your head off. What does that mean? That meant, yeah, John, you know who John Hein is. You don't know him personally, but you know who he is because when he contacted it, he got on the podcast with us, along with you, a Legend, and said he was John Hein. He looked him up, and he conveniently forgets these things. Like when P. Diddy chatted on the show, he conveniently forgot that. He remembers what he wants to remember. But I'll tell you something. It's not much of a... My cousin John Hein is famous. All I have to do is look at John Hein on the Howard Stern show and show it to Luke. And Luke, you'll know that my cousin, John Hein, is a famous person. And then all he has to do is talk to you, Legend. You would tell him that. And that when you contacted the show, you were there with John Hein. And that he said his name and everything. And a lot of Luke likes to conveniently forget these things. He's got a selective memory. He remembers what he wants to remember. And this allegation. Anyway, I'm calling out to John Hein, my cousin. If you could get my show to go viral, you'd be helping a lot of people. And I don't know if my cousin John is a little gun shy about it because he was on the ward with me too. And there might have been some conflict of interest with him. But I don't know. These are children. These are children, John. You don't turn your back on children for no nothing. These are young girls. Young girls being trafficked. You don't turn your back on them for nothing. And Donald, you don't turn your back on young girls being trafficked. Even if there's a conflict of interest with that Robert Bombaris, Dr. Robert Bombaris. I know you know that name. I know you know that name, Donald. Dr. Robert Bombaris, who preceded Dr. Lerman. And Dr. Robert Bombaris and Dr. Lerman were trafficking children. We needed him to witness, remember? Against Andrew Cuomo. and he wouldn't do it, and you didn't make him do it, and he did whatever he told you to do. Because he was a Jew. And of course, people knew that about you. You might have to work twice as hard to correct the problem, because you might be on your way out. That's probably why you're ignoring me. John Hine, get the show to go viral. Do it for your cousin. Win one for the Gipper. Get the show to go viral. Get this show to go viral. At We Are Hospital Gate. At We Are Hospital Gate. Looky, if you're watching, I need you to help me get the show going viral. There's room in this town for the both of us, Lukey. Plenty of room for the both of us. Get the show to go viral. Talk to Legend and Southern John and get the show to go viral. Like you said you were gonna. Like I said, there's room in this town for both of us. I don't know, claim the fame. I want to help these kids. I do want to get my money back because it's my money. It's my money. My money. And I also, mostly I want to help these kids. Otherwise, I have no claim to fame. Looky, I need you to get Stuttering John and Legend and all those people to get the show to go viral. And that was kind of a low blow, saying you don't know who John Hine. Actually, it's not a low blow because it's obvious who John Hine is, because he's a famous guy. He's okay. You know what? And Stuttering John will admit this. John Hine is more famous than Stuttering John. So, and John Hine was the one who got our other podcast to go where it went. I want to give you that props, John. You're the one that got our other podcast where it was. You looked out for me, John. You and your friend Legend looked out for me. And at the same time, you looked out for Loki. And he seems to be forgetting all that. But I do need Loki's help. I'm not going to deny it. I might be a personality, a good personality for YouTube. I might have good content and all that, real good content. But he knows computers. He knows streaming, and he also knows the AI. He knows how to send emails to AI, which is part of our mission. So I do need Lukey. Lukey, I do need you. You're a producer, everything. John Hine, can you help me? Can you make the show go viral? All right, Sergeant John, I'm going to give you your props too. Watched you on the Howard Stern show. I thought you were hysterical ever since I was a kid. And my cousin John Hine Jr. didn't enter the Howard Stern show until much later. But he was a big sensation. John Hine was a big sensation. Him and his junk food and his jump the shark and all that. Yeah, I watched Jump the Shark. Yeah, John Jump the Shark. I watched it. Yeah, Jump the Shark. I don't remember it too well, but I know it was a famous show, podcast, Jump the Shark, and you had the Brady Bunch on it. And I saw you also when you were on the Howard Stern show and you went to the Brady Bunch house. Oh, you were hysterical. John, I gave you your first bicycle. Yep, I remember that. Your first bicycle, I gave it to you. Wasn't much of a bike, but it was your first one. Wasn't much of a bicycle. Small bicycle, pedals. I gave it to you. And whenever I got helmets or any with Yankees or A's, I gave them all to you when we were kids. John Hine Jr. from Danbury, Connecticut. John Hine Jr. from Danbury, Connecticut. I think it was Brewster Street. Danbury, Connecticut, I believe it was Brewster Street. John Hine Jr. from Danbury, Connecticut. Howard, can you get the show to go viral? Could you get the show to go viral? Howard Stern, could you get this show to go viral? Conspiracy theorist. That's what they call people like me. There's only one thing though. A theorist is somebody has a theory. I witnessed this stuff. A theorist has a theory about something. It's not a theory. I witnessed all this stuff. I'm a witness to things that I can't prove yet. I'm not a theorist. I'm a witness to things that right now I can't prove. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a witness, an eyewitness to things I cannot yet prove. But even if I can't prove it right now, like I said, what would possess anyone to make up the things I'm talking about? What would possess? Watergate is a scandal. Taking down Richard Nixon for bugging the White House and all his men. Hospitalgate is a scandal and a story about abuse in the healthcare system, human trafficking, and bad drugs. Hospitalgate makes Watergate look like. I hope this message